What's up, everybody? I'm Joan.
And I'm Reilly.
And you're listening to Anyways.
So, we're back.
We are back.
Back from spring break.
Yes, so exciting.
I know.
Can't wait. But before we dive in, Reilly, we have a few special shout-outs to do tonight.
Yes.
Reilly, would you like to go first?
I'm going to give a happy birthday shout-out to my mom.
Hi, Reilly's mom.
Cherie. Hi, Mommy.
Cherie.
Happy birthday. Love you.
She made us these awesome shirts that we're wearing.
Yes.
Yes.
Promo. It has all of our last names before.
We won't tell you. I was gonna say we won't tell you which last name goes to who, but yes,
Ooh.
This is very nice. Thank you, Miss Cherie, and happy birthday.
Yes.
Yes, and I also would like to make a little shout out. It was brought to my attention over spring break by a person who will remain nameless that I don't talk about my mother enough. So, hi, Mom. Thanks for listening.
Hi.
You got a shout out. Just remember that. Okay? Love you. All right, yeah. And anyways. Moving on. So, spring break, how was it?
It was really good. I feel like it went by at a nice pace for me. So what happened? Let's see. I have to track back, open up my calendar so I remember what happened.
She had a very busy spring break, folks.
Really? What happened? My family got a pool.
Yes, they did.
Oh, well, we've had it for a while, but, I got to see it completely finished. And then, there was a grand opening to this, unicorn dessert bar place downtown, and it was really cool. So, my friend Angeline, she found it and was like, hey, guys, we should go to this. And so, we had planned to go, the Saturday after I had gotten back in, but she was like, oh, no, I'm busy. I'm so sorry, I can't go anymore. And so me and a couple of our other friends, we decided to surprise her and be like, hey, we're going to drive you there. And so we surprised her and took her down to the dessert bar place. And it's really cute. Everything is unicorn themed. And they have, these huge milkshakes with, cake, rainbow cake on it. And, cookies and cupcakes and just basically everything. And it was really good. It's a little pricey, but, it's worth the experience.
I mean, they're putting slices of cake on top of milkshakes.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta expect that to come with a little price.
Honestly. But it was a great time. And then, the Monday, I got to go to the rodeo. We got some great pictures. It was a fun time. Then we also went and had a birthday celebration for Angeline because it was her birthday week. So we went to Cheesecake Factory and hung out. Got to see some friends from back home over the break. And, yeah, it was just a fun time.
Nice.
Yeah.
You sound really busy. After just looking through all your photos, I was...
True.
I had to put together the spring break little bash thing we posted on our Instagram for Ground Floor. Picking a photo for Reilly was hard, gonna be honest. There were a lot of really awesome ones. Wow. Especially with the horn, the unicorn horn.
Yeah.
I did appreciate that one a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. You'll have to take me there. I wanna see the unicorn.
I shall.
Yes.
It'll be a fun time. Yeah.
So exciting.
So
Magical.
what about you, Joan? What was your break up to?
I was a pretty laid back break. I was sick, so I had this crazy sinus infection all of the past month and a half, actually. I just now got off my antibiotics for it. But so most of spring break, I just hung out with my grandparents, which was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, my grandparents came too.
Yay, grandparents! Yay for grandparents! They're so much fun.
They came in the second half of the week, after Monday.
Oh, see, ours was before that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So ours was the first part of the week.
Oh wow!
Where we hung out with them.
Wild.
Just balance each other out like that.
Honestly,
our friendship is kind of scary sometimes. Anyway, but yeah, I went fishing. Worked on my croquet skills, my badminton skills, all of the skills. But yeah, had a lot of fun with them. Went crafting, went shopping, lots of fun stuff. And then when I got back I went home. And I went to Fredericksburg with two of my best friends, and we had so much fun. We spent the entire day driving and in traffic, and then also at Fredericksburg, and we had peach ice cream, and took lots of fun pictures, as y'all saw. That was the picture I decided to post. Took a lot of fun pictures. Had a lot of fun with them.
Aww.
Some fun adventures, just like what we used to do, so that was nice.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I love that. You have a favorite event that you did over the break?
Favorite event? Well, that's a good question. I'm going to go with When I was fishing, I did not catch fish. I caught a chain link fence. I don't.
Yeah. I saw the picture.
I don't even know how. My rod started like pulling like it does when you have a fish, and I was like, oh my gosh! And so I'm like trying to wheel it in, and I couldn't get it. My grandpa's like, wow, this must be a pretty big fish. So he's helping me, and finally we pull it up, and it's a piece of like chain link fence. Like, and it was huge too. It was about that big or so. He was very proud of me.
Yeah,
but I think grandpas are supposed to be proud of you. Like, he was just happy I was willing to hold up the fence. Because I don't like touching fish. I'll go fishing, but, yeah. I don't like touching the fish.
Slimy.
They are. Some of them cut you. Did you know that? Like catfish, their scales are so sharp, they'll cut your hands.
Ooh, defense mechanisms.
Honestly, like, man, me too. But, so yeah, I did catch a fish with my lucky fishing pole.
Nice.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff. What about you? Did you have a favorite event, or was the unicorn bar it? Or not bar, coffee shop.
It's okay.
Is it?
Okay. I don't know. I enjoyed all of the break. I got to, I enjoyed being able to chill, but like being able to get to do stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. But yeah, just having that time off, because as you know from the previous episode, I was fed up.
We were all fed up. Let's be honest.
Done.
Reilly was the most fed up, but we were feeling the tensions.
Yes.
It was nice. And would you say by like Thursday, we all were kind of missing each other just a little bit? No, Reilly wasn't. I missed Reilly a little bit, but Reilly didn't miss me.
I missed my friends, but like, I was enjoying the break. We'll say that. What was I gonna say? So this week has been exciting too.
Yes.
Because for me, I got to have a performance. It's our Dances at 8 performance, so that's my group that I'm in. It's called Chi Tau Epsilon XTE for short. It's a Dance Honor Society group, and they host a performance where undergraduate students can put on their own work. So me and my friend Kayla, we did a piece, we submitted it, it got in, and we got to perform that this past week, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was really great.
Yeah, putting it together was fun too. I got to watch the process, some of it, mainly the costuming process. Reilly, you want to tell us a little bit about your guys' costumes?
What about it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. So, their piece is like 50s, kind of 60s vibe. The song is called Brown Skin Girl by Leon Bridges. And so, the album that's off of is very kind of like doo-wop-y, throwback kind of sound.
Yes.
So, we did that song, and we were like, we want to kind of be... I wanted to get a polka dot dress, have pearls, because that's what he says in the song. And so... the week of the show, we didn't have pearls. And so I was like, Joan, can you take me to the store so I can buy some pearls for us? She was like, sure. So I went to the party store. Yeah, I appreciate you a lot.
Thank you.
So we go to the store. We go to the party store because I wanted to get pearls and, like, white gloves. Because I had some gloves, but, like, Kayla didn't have gloves. So I was going to just go ahead and pick them up for her. So we went to the party store because we figured that's where we would get both of those items. We just found the pearls, but not, like, the specific gloves that we needed. So I was just like, let me just go ahead and buy these pearls.
$6. We should $6 pearls.
I think it was $5, but whatever. Anyways, I get these pearls, and we're at the store, and he's like, and there's not really much happening. Like, it's pretty chill. The guy was just, like, stocking the same shelf over and over, like, reorganizing.
Honestly, every time we walked past him, he was in the same spot putting on, like, the same, like, those plastic party necklaces.
Yeah.
It was just him, just putting, like, one at a time.
Yeah, so it was, like, pretty low business at the moment. So I check out, and I was like, okay, cool. So we go down to, like, the beauty supply.
He asks if she would like a receipt.
Oh, yes.
And Reilly says, no, because it's $5 plastic party pearls.
So we go down to the beauty supply, like, down in the same lot, because that's where I got my gloves, at the beauty supply. So we go in there, we walk around, we found gloves, but they weren't white. But we come across a string of pearls that are bigger that were $2. And we were like, oh, okay, well, looks like we want to return these. So we go back into the party store, do the walk of shame. And I'm just like, hey, can I return these? And he was like, sure. And he had to, like, dig out well, he didn't have to dig. Because I was like, my receipt's probably at the top of the trash if he threw it away. And it was. But it was, like, crumpled up. So he had to take it out.
He's, like, rubbing it across the counter, trying to flatten it out so you can see the numbers.
So, but I got my money back. And I was able to get the other pearls that came with, like, earrings. And they were bigger. So you could, like, see them better and stuff. And they were nicer. So, yeah.
What was the moral of the story, though?
Keep your receipts. But here's the thing. I always keep my receipts. If you look at my wallet, I'm pretty sure you see my wallet. My wallet is literally so thick because I have so many receipts in there. And none of them have been useful up until the one moment I actually need a receipt. So that made me very upset. Because my wallet is literally busting at the seams with receipts. And the one time I don't ask for one, I need it. Mm-hmm. But it's fine. I was able to get them and get my money back and be back for tech rehearsal all in time. So it worked out, but it just was annoying.
It was I found it very funny.
Thanks, Joan.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Of course. I appreciate you too, Reilly. Friendship.
Okay.
Anyways,
what about your week? You've been pretty busy as well.
I have been pretty busy. It's been a crazy week. You'd think when you come back from spring break, all the teachers are kind of like, you know what? We only have 6 weeks left, right?
Yeah.
It's fine.
No,
they're not at all like that.
Yeah.
I already have 3 projects due. Yeah, that's happening. I already did my essay for this week. I got to see, however, I would say the highlight of my week was getting to see Silence.
Ooh,
yes,
yeah.
Our theater department, put on a show called Silence by Buffini, and it was really good. I liked it a lot. Yeah, it was awesome. It was hilarious. Because, like I said at the beginning, in the first episode, reference to the first episode, we were required to read all the scripts, and so I remember reading the script. I was thinking, like, this is kind of crazy, you know? I'm pretty sure I said that, too. This is kind of crazy. I don't know how this is gonna, like, play out and stuff like that. After watching it, it was perfect.
Is that the comedy or dramedy? What is it?
Yeah, it's a dramedy.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely dark dramedy. It takes place in, like, the Middle Ages. There's Vikings. Like, it was really good, though. And the amazing part about it was there was only 6 people. It was a 6-people cast. Yeah, but it was hilarious. I enjoyed it very much, and it was really exciting because I got to see a lot of my friends in it.
Yay!
My fellow wolves. So.
Oh, that's nice.
I loved it a lot. And then what else today? That's pretty much it. I've just been working, sleeping,
trying to remember lines.
Trying to memorize lines. For 2, I play the main character in both of these scenes. One's just like a little snippet scene, and I have to have that memorized by Tuesday. And the other one is the show that I've been talking about that I'm in, and I have a whole script to learn.
Yay!
By Friday.
Exciting things are happening here on the set of Anyways.
Very exciting things. Oh my goodness, lots of fun stuff. Oh, but yep, I think that's about it. That's my week.
Yay!
That is my week.
Ooh, so I have that to look forward to. The show.
Boop, boop.
Do you know when you perform?
April 11th and 12th at the moment in the Fancy Theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun times.
So, and it will be free. So it'll be a lot of fun. Everyone should come out.
Do you know if it's going to be recorded?
I do not yet. I'm going to try to see, but we have to watch because of rights, copyright and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But I will double check that one for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay.
Anyways, Reilly, do you have a movie of the week that you want to shout out for everybody?
I I got to see Captain Marvel over spring break, and I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
It was a great, having that, getting to see another part of the MCU come to life is really exciting, and also really sad knowing that Endgame is, like, encroaching nearer and nearer.
Yeah, we are now in the countdown stages of Endgame.
I know, because it comes out next month.
Yes, it does. Like, second to last week next month.
No, I'm not ready.
My heart can't take this.
I really can't. I'm fully prepared because like the runtime is supposed to be 3 hours, and I'm honestly.
I think it's 3 hours and 10 minutes. Yep.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that.
You know what? If anyone has a problem with it,
AMC, whatever theater I go and see it at, they're just gonna have to like get over the fact that I'm taking in snacks for 3 hours. I gotta be equipped.
Yeah, that's true. I feel that. That's very true.
Yeah. Hopefully my bladder can like hold it in.
Just don't drink anything, man.
That's right.
Like,
I'll just drink sparingly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Honestly, my friends and I, when we were in high school, we'd go see movies quite a bit, and snacks are always super expensive. So we just got to the point where we just didn't buy snacks anymore, and we wouldn't bring in snacks either. So it was just like watching a movie in our living room, just without food. So I'm ready. I've gone through movies before without drinking. I can do it again.
Okay. All right. But yeah, anyways, Captain Marvel, I really enjoyed it. I loved seeing Carol Danvers in action.
Yes.
The mightiest Avenger.
Wait, no. Brie Larson.
Carol Danvers is her character.
Oh,
that's
yes.
Like, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. But I really liked, one thing that I liked the most about it is that her, just like casual demeanor. Because I feel like a lot of superheroes are very like intense and like speak very low and are just really serious, and I just like how she's just regular, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
She's got a very
she's approachable.
Yeah,
very
just
approachable.
a very casual demeanor, but she's like kicking butt and taking names.
Oh yeah.
So I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, and this. Oh wait, I don't know if I should say it. Okay, spoiler. There's the Stan Lee tribute at the beginning.
Oh my goodness.
It's so sweet. It's the part where they like show all the comics like
it's
at the beginning.
They do all the like snips of the movies
where
and
it's
stuff.
like Marvel, the big name, but it was just all Stan.
It's Stan Lee.
I was like,
I had tears. There were like a couple tears, and my dad had to be like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm good. Thank you, Stan."
The movie hadn't even started.
The movie hadn't even started, and I was already crying. If they pull that in front of Endgame, there's no way I'm leaving with a dry eye, guys.
Oh no. He makes another cameo in
Endgame will be his last.
Because they were already pre-recorded, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Endgame will be his last. They got to get smart about it, in my opinion. I think they can do cameos, but like, no, Star Wars has gone back, and they're like bringing back old characters that are played by people who have died, like the Princess Leia thing in Rogue One. They brought her back because they used her daughter's face, and they did like the weird CGI animation, and they made her look exactly like young Princess Leia, young Carrie Fisher. And so I hope Marvel doesn't do that to Stan Lee, because he is Stan Lee, you know? But I think if they had like just randomly like a picture of him, like things that, like little Easter eggs that made us have to go and like find his cameos instead of just having him be there for us. He's always there for us.
Yeah, somebody OG.
OG, yes. But yeah, definitely the Captain Marvel opening credits.
Yeah, that was something.
That was tear-driven right there. It was almost as bad as Spider-Man Into the Spideyverse. Have you seen it yet?
I still haven't. I'm just like...
I bought it on DVD. We'll watch it. Yeah, we'll watch it. It came out today, and now I own it. I'm a proud owner of Spider-Man Into the Spideyverse.
So when are we watching this?
Tomorrow. Anyway.
Okay, sounds great.
Yes.
I'll mark my calendar. I don't have anything to do.
Heck yeah, after rehearsal. But he's got a really solid cameo in that one, and it's awesome.
Yay!
It brought me to tears. I was like, me too, Stan. And I mean, like, it's played for comedy, but it's a really solid quote by him. I like it a lot. But yeah, I liked Captain Marvel too. We moved the box so I wouldn't kick the box, and I ended up kicking the stand.
It's okay.
Sorry.
I'll forget it. Stuck in my mind.
Aw. But yeah, I really liked Captain Marvel too, and I like that she was very laid back, even though she knew what she could do. That's my other favorite thing. Whenever everyone was like, "You shouldn't do that," she was like, "But I can."
Yeah.
And so she should just do it. I was kind of worried that they were gonna make her kind of like a Star-Lord kind of thing, like Star-Lord or the early Iron Man or early Thor complex, where she's like, "Oh, well, I'm the mightiest Avenger, so I can just do whatever I want. I don't need to do my job." I liked how, she was who she was.
Yeah.
And she got her job done.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, pretty dope. I liked it.
And you recently saw another movie.
I did. I watched Get Out for the first time last night.
That's exciting. I still haven't. Well,
we'll watch it.
Catch up.
It is really good. I know I'm 3 years late to the party, but it was a really good movie. Awesome. So good. It's one of those, I don't want to ruin it for you, so that's all I'm going to say. 9 out of 10 stars. Would recommend. Very good. Go watch it. Go buy it.
Did you see it has like a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes?
It deserving.
Yeah.
Deserving. And I think my friends and I are going to go see Us soon, so.
Oh, so exciting.
I'll let y'all know how that one is.
Yes.
I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, honestly. Like, that sounds, it looks horrifying.
It does, but it also looks very well made.
Oh, yeah.
And
well, it's Jordan Peele.
Of course. He's also going to be, because they're rebooting the Twilight Zone. He's hosting that.
So excited.
Perfect host for that, in my opinion.
But no matter what, I will always remember him as Megan from the Key and Peele series. I'm sorry, but I can't look at Jordan Peele or Key. I can't think of his full name. Michael Key?
Keegan Michael Key.
Keegan-Michael Key. I just can't look at them the same without thinking of, Megan, come get your sweater. And he's like, no! Like, me too. That's one of my favorite skits by them, and they're hilarious. They're very serious actors, but they are funny. but they are hilarious. But yeah, Get Out, 9 out of 10 stars. Would recommend. What about you, Captain Marvel? How would you rate it?
I would rate it 4 out of 5 stars, which is the same thing.
Basically the same ratings. So you would recommend?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
For sure.
So go watch them, kids. Great stuff. Honestly. Anyways, guess it's time for the RA moment of the week.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
This is almost did it without the little entrance. That'd be sad. This is your RA moment of the week. Today, Residence Life would like to remind you to renew your housing applications. They are very important to us, and don't come crying to us when your time limit's up. And don't come crying to us before your time limit. There's a reason why you have a time slot. Use it.
Thank you.
This has been your RA moment of the week.
Amazing. Yeah, I just filled mine out. Don't want to be homeless.
Someone has to reapply for theirs.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
If only I wasn't moving across the bathroom. Why don't they just kind of have one room? That's what I don't understand. Like one room and it's all... Anyway, it's besides the point, I guess. But it's like all 4 of us. Because, I mean, technically, we are all in one room.
That's true. It's a suite.
It is a suite. So, like, one suite and it's like bed A, B, C, D, you know?
True.
Just my suggestion. Then I could just slide over and I'd already have my room. But nope, I have to wait.
Talk to Res Life. Send a harshly worded email.
Not harshly. A quiet, worded, persuasive email.
There you go.
Anger gets you nowhere. Persuasion gets you everywhere. That sounds sketchy. I don't like that quote. Don't quote me on that one.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's going to be episode.
The name of the episode.
Persuasion.
Persuasion gets you everywhere. It's the implication. For all my It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia fans out there, it's the implication, folks.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, speaking of TV shows, you recently went watching it on a TV show. 911? That's what's called?
911, yes. There's a new show, or it's newer, I guess. It's on Fox, so it hasn't been canceled yet. Anyway, no shade there. But it's called 911, and it's really interesting. It's about a bunch of first responders. I like it a lot. Because this is a family show. I won't talk very much about it, but I also started watching Claws in the very little free time that I have. It's pretty interesting. It's about gangsters, but, like, they get too much into, like, I don't know. Do you ever watch a show and you're just like, this will be, like, blowing stuff up, and like, this will be cool. They're gangsters.
Like it focuses on another part.
Yeah, it's focused on too much drama sometimes. I'm like, ugh, go shoot someone, you know? Just like in the politest way possible. Just, you're gangsters. Go shoot someone.
Like focus on what I'm here for.
Exactly. They focus on the drama aspects, and I'm like,
I didn't sign up for
this. It's good. I mean, it's well written drama, but I didn't sign up for this. I thought I was getting gangsters. Anyway. But it was pretty interesting. If you like drama a lot, watch Claws.
Yeah. I have to say, I really enjoyed 911, all that I've seen of it, because I've been hanging out in your room recently to watch, and, well, I've been, like, typing or whatever, and it's been really entertaining. I really like it a lot, and I'll probably finish it on my own time.
I respect that. It's really good.
It is.
And the characters, I mean, there's not one character you don't like.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
I think I really latch onto it, and I say this all the time. I think I really latch on it because it reminds me of SVU. And
she tried to get us to turn off 911 just so she could watch SVU last night.
But you know what this could be like? You know, it reminds me a lot of SVU, guys. Olivia Benson. Let's watch her.
And this one has, what's her name? Bassett?
Yes, Angela Bassett.
Yes, Angela Bassett. Yeah. She's a queen.
So you get the first responders, and then you get the policemen, detectives, that cool thing.
Crossover? Did I hear crossover?
Ooh.
Before Fox can cancel it, let's get a crossover. SVU and 911.
What channel is SVU on?
Ion. It's on Channel 4, actually. One of the main network ones.
It's on... NBC.
I love NBC.
But they've had...
Home to all the great sitcoms.
They've been... How many seasons do they have? 20, yeah.
I know my TV, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that go.
Pretty dope.
Kind of mad I didn't know it was on NBC, though. So, those are my homeboys. I love NBC.
Yeah.
My future employers.
My future employers, yes. Speak it into existence.
Speak it into existence. Let's go Saturday Night Live.
Yes. What would be your ideal cold open sketch?
My ideal cold open sketch?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Or your just like ideal sketch.
My ideal
But I feel
sketch.
like a cold open, like that sets the tone of the show, in my opinion.
That's true, they do. They do a lot of political ones for that. I don't know enough politics to make a political sketch yet. You know, I'll do my research, I guess. When and if they hire me. So I mean, but I'd say one of my favorite cold opens. So what I've been doing since probably about 9th grade is every time something happens that could be like comedic. As I've said before, comedy isn't something you can write. It just happens. You know, and so my father and I and my mom and my sister, whenever something crazy would happen, it was like immediate text to me, or we'd be like, write that down. That's a sketch right there. And so I think one of my favorite one is called Disney Decisions. It needs a little more like buffing out and stuff. But have you ever been? You've been to Disney World?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So for all those who've been to Disney World, you understand there's like this little thing called Disney pressure. It goes hand in hand with Disney magic. So you're like completely into this thing, you know, you're surrounded by Disney, but at the same time there's this little bit of pressure that you feel, especially as like an adult. I definitely felt it more as an adult than when I have as a kid. But like when you go souvenir shopping and your kid, you just see someone's kid acting a fool in the aisle, you know? And you're just kind of like, wow, you need to control that kid. And then as soon as they do that, you're like, why would they do that? They're at Disney World. You know, it's one of those kinds of things. So we call those Disney decisions, when you start to do something and you're like, but I'm at Disney World. And all these people, you know all these people are going to judge you for it. So one of my personal favorite ones is we were leaving on a monorail.
Yeah.
And we're heading to the parking lot. and this this dad is pushing the kid in a stroller, and the mom's holding the other kid's hand, and the mom's bawling her eyes out. Like, this is a grown woman, bawling her eyes out, and this is making the kids cry, and so we're kind of like, oh my gosh, why is that lady crying? Like, and her husband's like, what is wrong? And she goes, you said we can't go back to the park. And she just lost it. I mean, she's bawling. And so we were just sitting there, because you're trying not to judge, and you're trying really hard not to make eye contact.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those Disney decisions, like, this grown woman, I don't think she looked like one of the people that's like, let me talk to the manager, like, right now. I need to speak to your manager. Who's in charge of your manager? I need a card for the corporation. Like, one of those kinds of ladies. She did not look like she would be, exactly, like, she would be crying about leaving Disney World. And yet here she was in the parking lot with her kids and her husband, just wondering why she was bawling. Like, it wasn't just, it was bawling. And it's because they couldn't go back to the park, because her husband said they could not go back to the park.
Wow.
So we call those Disney decisions. It's things that you would never do, but the Disney pressure has got to you. Yes. And the Disney, you are blinded by the Disney magic. And so I think
Mickey just got to me.
Mickey's got you. So I think that'd definitely be one of my favorite sketches to do, like one of the series sketches.
Yeah.
Or just something about Disney decisions, because just about nowadays, just about everyone's probably knows Disney, you know, been to some sort of extension of Disney, and it's a lot more reachable. Yeah. Or even at, like, normal amusement parks. Amusement parks are definitely something that most people can relate to. Yeah. And just those decisions of, no, you can't have that because it's expensive. But we don't come to Disney. And, like, or we don't go to Six Flags. We don't go to see it all the time. And then you end up buying it, and you don't know why you spent $30 on candy. You know? On candy. So I think that'd definitely be one of my favorite sets of sketches, would be the Disney decisions. Yeah, I've got some other fun ones that are a little more riskier, but I really appreciate the Disney decisions. Yeah. It's a good time.
That's cool.
What about you, Reilly? If you ever had to write a comedy sketch?
Let me see, because I, like, write down, like, sketch ideas in my notes just for, you know, like, maybe potential YouTube videos or whatever. Let me see if I can find one that I enjoy. Oop, hold on. I'm so sorry. But they usually stem from, like, just, you know, everyday life and just everybody around me being hilarious. Yeah. Or just, you know how you have those moments with your friends where you're on one joke and then everybody keeps adding to the joke, and you just die laughing and you just can't breathe anymore? That's how...
I'm very familiar with that.
Yes. It's one of those moments. Okay. Where are they? In my notes. They're somewhere.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Oh. I told you this one. I don't know how this came into my head, but it was just, the sketch idea is that this person can only draw items to scale. Oh. So, like, say for instance, this person's just like, hey man, so I'm doing this project and my teacher, like I need some items to be drawn out for this project, but, like, I can't really draw, so I was gonna see if you could help me with it. Or maybe, like, a group project and be like, okay, so you do the drawing of the project or whatever. And so some guy, you're just like, okay, cool. And it's just like, I need a picture of a giraffe. And so you get the pictures back, and it's like a full size giraffe picture. It's just like, why is it so big? We have, like, a 2-foot poster board. Where's this gonna go? I can only draw items to scale. I'm so sorry. Just like, what? Or we need some pictures of, like, bacteria or, like, atoms for this science project. And he hands you a blank piece of paper. It's like, what is it? Where is it? It's like, well, you wanted a picture of bacteria. There it is. It's like, this is a blank piece of paper. It's to scale.
It's to scale.
It's probably the most accurate one in the whole class. What are you talking about?
This is exactly what you needed.
Exactly.
I remember that. Oh man, that one was yes.
Yeah.
Draw to scale. Like, even like just like something as simple as like a chair, and it's just like huge.
Yeah. It's like, why do we need this 3-foot chair? What's going on?
I can only draw to scale. And, like, it's just like the only thing the guy says is just, I can only draw to scale.
Yeah. if anything, it's more accurate this way. So we should get a higher grade.
That's like a college humor sketch.
Yeah,
right there.
I love that.
I love college humor and Comedy Central. Their little sketches they're pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
They got some good ones.
Yeah.
But like you said, going back to what you said before, drawing the scale, that you like when you write down your stuff, it's like real life,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is definitely very important in like in comedy and stuff. Is if it's not relatable, no one's gonna find it funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one thing. Like we watch a lot of sketches from like the LA Laugh Floor,
Mm-hmm.
or at least I make Reilly watch them, and from like Comedy Central and all kinds of things like that. And the funniest ones are always the most relatable ones, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like the poor lady who's just trying to like impress her boyfriend in her nice high heels and her really, really expensive hairpiece, and then she tripped and fell down 2 flights of stairs.
Yes.
And she's like, do you know what you do after you fall down 2 flights of stairs in front of your boyfriend and all his friends? You die. She's like, you don't move, you just lay there. She's like, your hair's gone. You can't move. You just die there. She's like, you just
lay. You just gotta take the L at that point.
Oh my gosh, yes. Or the lady who she loves her job, but she hates the kids she works with, and so the dodgeball day.
Yeah. Oh
it
no!
Kills me every time. She's like, you gotta pump up those balls, and then you just, whoo.
Yikes!
Yikes! Just get out! Yeah, it's so funny, and you don't know why you're laughing because you're like, these things are so awful. Like, why would this happen? But at the same time, I would totally fall down a flight of stairs. I have definitely played dodgeball against kids where, like, you let them win the first round and then they think they're all big and bad, so then you're like, okay, well, hold on. And then you have to take them all out, you know.
Yeah.
It is...
Yeah. I was always that kid that got hit in the head whenever we played kickball or just, like, anything in PE where they involved, like, a ball. I was just like, you know, and at that point, I just, like... I learned to just let it not affect me. So it would, like, hit me, but I would just keep going with how everything with you know, with the game. And hopefully nobody would notice. Because, like, it's when you move and you're just like, is when people look at you. And you're just like, are you okay? But if you just, like, are a brick, then people won't pay attention.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
For example, I have a story. But this isn't involving, like, PE or anything, but it's the same concept of just, like, not letting pain get to you. So,
we're gonna get some...
Being numb to pain.
Some questionable calls. Are you guys okay?
So, hold on, I can actually date this whenever this happened. But me and my mom, she was picking up...
Oh, no.
I did tell you the story.
I think you've told everyone this story. I think we've done this before.
Yeah, so I was with my mom, and she was picking up this rug from this lady who was selling it in our neighborhood. And I was like, okay, cool, because, like, she had just picked me up or something. Like, I was in the car with her. And so we stopped by the lady's house, and we go get the rug. And she's pulled up on the curb in front of the lady's house, and we come around to the back of the car. Trunk is open, slide the rug in. Okay, everything's cool. Then we walk around. So, like I said, we're on a curb of the road. And you know how... She wasn't, you know how there's, like, space in between the curb and the car, even when you're just, like, right next to it? So, basically, I come around to the passenger side, and I go to open up the door. My foot slides down in between the space between the car and the curb, and meanwhile, I'm grabbing the door handle to open it. So I slide down and simultaneously hit my forehead with the door as I open it. And so, like, I do a quick, like, I touch my forehead and I'm like, but I don't say anything audible. I just, like, get in the car. But, like, I see my mom poke her head out because we got in the same time. So I see my mom like, look above the car, like she heard something, but then she just sits back in. And so, like, nobody addressed it. We just kept moving. But that's an example of, you know, this whole situation.
It kills me every time.
It was really, really something. It was really funny. I love these stories.
Oh my gosh. In
the moment, it was like, okay. But now, looking back, it's really funny.
Oh man, it's hilarious. I love that story. In case you couldn't hear me trying really hard not to laugh very loudly.
It was really... The one thing that I just think about is I really hope that the lady who gave us the rug was in her house by that point in time and wasn't still, like, in her garage where we got the rug from, because that would have been horrific had she had seen me too. I'm just really glad that I was the only one who, like, saw it in person.
I wish I could have had, like, that backed up angle view where you can, like, see it all happen. Like the security camera view.
Oh, no.
Of the whole incident. Oh, man. That's the only thing that can make it better.
It was crazy. Okay, yeah, November 5th, 2017. I finally found the date.
That's the other thing that's so funny. Is that this was recent. Sorry. It just makes the story even better.
It was really hilarious. But yeah, that was a time.
Accidental injuries are always the best ones.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I think I've told you, my first dancing, like, duet.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dance solo. Was, so my freshman year I was in Music Man, and I played Gracie Shin, which is, like, the little girl, and I had 2 lines, so I thought I was pretty cool. But during one of the dances, I was supposed to dance with one of my really good friends, one of my best friends, honestly. And so we were dancing, and I had to do, like, this weird, like, spin, turn out thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had worked so hard to get this dancing little solo in front of my director. So I was like, okay, this is my time to shine, and, you know, I'm not going to show her, like, that I know it all and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend spun me out, and my feet could not keep up with myself. And he, like, let go, kind of. It was like a jolt kind of thing. And I slammed my knee into this brick wall on the side of the stage.
Oh, no.
And it was all scraped up, and, like, I could feel it bruising, and it was bleeding. But I just, like, went back, like, as if nothing happened.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like all of my little minor accidental injuries, just not paying attention to them has made me more numb to pain.
I feel that, yeah. It's like, you just get used to it. Falls down the stairs, it's fine.
Yeah.
I fell in front of the library the other day. I think I Snapchatted you, and I was like, oh, guess that's how today is gonna go. Just fell in front of the library.
It's
wiped
a great
out.
day.
Some guy asked if I was okay. Like, I could hear him go, oh my gosh, is that chick okay? And I was like, I'm just gonna go to class.
Oh my goodness.
Like, if I walk faster, they won't look at me.
Oh no.
It's a great time. But yeah, I agree with the more you fall, the tougher you become.
Yes. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. In the words of St. Kelly Clarkson.
St. Kelly Clarkson. Sister Kelly Clarkson.
Sister Kelly Clarkson.
What is she up to? She hasn't done anything really recently, has she? She got married, didn't she?
Yes.
To Blake Shelton, question mark? No. Who's married to Blake Shelton?
Hold on.
Gwen Stefani? No, just kidding.
Who's married to Blake Shelton?
Ooh. Maybe Apple will
Miranda Lambert.
Oh, that's not at all what I thought.
Kelly Clarkson, spouse.
Spouse. We don't care anything about.
It says Brandon Blackstock.
Okay, that's, yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
I don't listen to country music or Kelly Clarkson music. She's cool. I think she hosted something for a while, didn't she?
She was on The Voice. One of the
Spinny People.
Yeah.
With Adam.
One of the spinny people.
With Adam Levine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fun times.
We do love Adam Levine.
Yeah.
Huh.
What's your favorite Maroon 5 song? Actually, pause. Songs of the week.
Ooh, songs of the week. You want to go first, Miss Reilly? For your song of the week?
I actually have, it's not a song, it's an EP. I wanted to promote it. one of my friends from theater department, Austin Havis. He has an EP. It's called From My Dreams. It just came out this week. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs on it. And it's just like a vibe. Like, it's really chill, kind of like lo-fi indie kind of vibe to it. So if you're into that kind of music, this is a great EP for you. You should listen to it. My favorite song, I think, would have to be Soft Bones off of this one, but I also really love the interlude and the intro. Those are some of, like, my favorite tracks on a lot of albums that I listen to. I like the, like, transitional music. I think they just, I don't know, they kind of add something than just a regular album would with just, like, the songs on it when you have the transitions. Because I'm a big fan of those kind of albums, like, concept albums, or, yeah, albums that kind of tell a story within the work, and that you just listen from top to bottom, and you can just sit there and just kind of, like, enjoy the story of what the artist put together and how they piece it like that. That's how I always listen to, even if it's not a concept album, I always like to listen to an album when I first hear it, at least, from top to bottom, because the artist, you know, they put the songs in that order for a reason. And, you know, with a concept album or album that tells a story in the midst of it, it is really cool. It's kind of like listening to a musical theater cast album. Yeah. You know? Yeah, definitely. You have all those parts and not necessarily characters, but you get to move through the story in a way and just, you know, really just feel it. And it's really, I love music.
Should have been a music major. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think they'd take me. Anyway.
Yeah, they wouldn't take me either. It's okay, kid. I think for my song of the week, I don't know. The song in Get Out is really trippy. It's really cool. I think that's the only way to describe it correctly. It's one of those songs where it starts out like a song. It's a song that I think I know, but I can't think of the name of it for the life of me. But because of the different, like, auto things they do to it, it's really kind of trippy. It's, like, sketchy, but at the same time you're like, oh, this is good. And at the same time you're like, something bad's gonna happen. You know, those kinds of things.
Yeah, I love those songs where it, like, goes through the different channels. So it's, like, left ear, right ear, and it's just, it sounds really cool.
Do you mean Bohemian Rhapsody? All the remastered versions of Bohemian Rhapsody do that now.
Bohemian Rhapsody over the break.
How was it?
I loved it.
I bet. It's Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
I just saw a meme where it said, like, baby's born, or Freddie Mercury's born, and the doctor's like, wow, it's a baby, and he goes, correction, it's a legend. And it's like, me too, Freddie Mercury.
Correction, it's a queen.
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful. But for songs that I know the title of, for all those who have seen the hit Broadway show Waitress, there's a song in it called Bad Idea.
Yes.
It's been stuck in my head all week. It's really good. Yeah. I highly recommend it if you haven't heard it before. I think it's PG-13 rated.
Yeah.
That song. Yeah. I know there's some other ones that aren't. So some of you younger viewers shouldn't listen. But without
like
parent consent. But yeah, I'd give it a nice PG-13 rating on that one.
Yeah.
But it's a good song. I like it. Bad Idea from Waitress.
Yeah. I feel like there's, like, when it comes down to ratings, like, PG-13, like, especially with musicals, because I don't have, like, actual ratings, I feel like there's, like, soft PG-13 and, like, hard PG-13. And so, like, the soft PG-13... yeah. So, like, the soft PG-13 is more like... What do I compare it to? Like, you know, like, Marvel movies, because, you know, they're kind of... You can bring families there. Yeah. And there might be, like, a couple words I like how you said whatever.
Musicals. Like, you said musicals can be categorized, and then you went with movies to describe
But, yeah,
them.
But, like, the movies... I don't know. to let people know, to compare it to. I can compare it to, like, that, and then, like, hard PG-13 is, like...
Like The Proposal. Have you ever like comedies that are PG-13s where they have way more innuendos than you thought that they would? You know, those kinds of things that you kind of like, oh, I thought this was a kid's movie, and they're like, oh no, it's actually PG-13. And you're like, oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, guess I'm explaining that in the car ride. You know, that kind of stuff. And then there's of course R, which is like watching Deadpool but on stage. And then there's a special rating called Heathers, where when something's so crazy, it's just part of the Heathers section. Because Heathers is kind of rough sometimes. At Dead Girl Walking. Anyway, it's kind of crazy at some points. It's really good. The music's awesome.
It's really great.
And
it's actually my favorite musical.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I like Dear Evan Hansen a lot. Dear Evan Hansen
Devin Hansen
would be a
made me cry.
PG-13, like a hard PG-13. Because, I mean, they don't say anything too bad in it.
Yeah.
But, like, Rent would be...
Oh, Rent's a hard PG-13.
Yeah.
I honestly...
R.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Have you seen La Viva Wim? Like,
yeah.
La Viva Wim?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. For sure, Rocky Horror.
Rocky Horror is in the Heathers category. We watched Rocky Horror
Honestly,
for the first time.
I don't feel like Havis is that bad. It's just like...
We can put it in the R with Rocky and Rent. These are all very good musicals, however. You should listen to them unless you're one of our younger viewers, in which case stick with the soft PG-13, and then when you get to high school, you can ask your parents for permission.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do not give you permission.
Hamilton, soft PG-13.
Yeah, okay, I'll give that to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't, yeah, I'd give that to him. What would be a hard PG-13?
Be more chill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Michael in the bathroom. That song will bring you to tears every time.
Honestly.
Without fail. I guess Dear Evan Hansen's a hard PG-13. Because it's on the same level as Be More Chill. Prom is probably a hard PG-13.
I still haven't seen Prom. I saw the performance at,
The Macy's Parade?
Yes, that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't think that one's more... Maybe it could be a soft PG-13. It just has certain topics in it, you know, that are a little risque.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's the only way I could...
Okay, shoulders. Anyways, maybe we should wrap it up.
Sounds good to me. So, folks, if you liked this episode, make sure to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell to get alerts. Ding! Whenever we have new content out. Remember, we try to have new content out every Monday.
Yes.
So make sure to stay tuned. And if you're not already, follow us on our Instagram and Twitter accounts at GroundFloorCo14. I'm Joan.
And I'm Reilly.
Thanks for listening.
Ooh.
Bye.